Hi guys, welcome to this session in OneNote Online. In this module, I want to show you how you can create notebooks, pages and sections within a notebook in OneNote Online. So I'm logged on to Microsoft 365 and then I'm clicking on the app selector and then going for OneNote. Now it opens up the app and then it'll show you tools that you've got recently opened or created notebooks and the option to create a new one at the top here, which is what I'm going to click on, and then it's asking me for a name, so I'll call this training content. This is about training content. Create, then it creates the notebook for you and gives you the option to select sections and pages within those sections. So at the top there you get the ribbon with tools. At the bottom here you've got add section and then add page. So this notebook is empty, it says, but I'm going to go down to the bottom, click add section, and then I'll type the section I want for this one. I've typed Word, OK, and then Word level 1 content, say, for this first page, and then I'm going to add a second page and go Word level 2 content, and so on and so on, content. And then if you want, you can add another section. So let's do one for Excel, so I'll add a section. Now depending what age you are depends whether you can remember file or faxes, because that's what this is based on. We have lots of tabs and then pages within tabs. So I'll go Excel level 1 content, just do the same thing for each one, and then add a page, and then this one can be Excel level 2 content. So you basically build the structure yourself, then you enter things on these pages. So if I go to level 1, that's me flicking around in this section. If I click into Word, it's showing me the Word section, and again I go into Word level 1 content, and I've got nothing in here at the moment. But you can type this, or this is level 1, type it right, level 1 content. You can just type away. I could say I was doing a typo on purpose, but I wasn't. So it's basically a database, so you don't have to save anything you do, but you've got various features across the top on the ribbon that you can activate. Tags is one. I could click on this and add a tag. In tags there's absolutely loads of options. I'm just going to go for this colour, Project A, and it gives that a tag. And I go into this one, I'll give that a tag. That'll be Project B, say. And when you click on these, the little red box will flag up for you. Now if I just quickly go through some of the features you've got on here, this is a really cool feature, Dictate. When you click Dictate, it starts recording what you say. As you can see, it is now typing, and you can say keywords that will indicate what you want to do. For example, full stop. Then it snapped back and did a full stop. First of all it typed it, then it did a full stop. Full stop, new line, new line. So that's a mistake it's done there. It hasn't actually picked up what I wanted it to say. I wanted to go new line, new line. Now it's done it, so that's a bit hit and miss. It's probably not picking up my accent accurately, but it's pretty good, and it's typing a damn sight faster than what I could type. Full stop, and then when you finish you can just stop the dictate. Now there is a help feature where it tells you what the keywords can be, and that it'll say what you can say for, like, full stop, new line, delete word, and things like that. If you click on the help icon at the bottom, this pane appears on the right and you'll get help for dictate. So as you scroll down you can select the language. Once you select the language, you've got these categories. So if I open punctuation, these are the words that you can say that it will then do these things. If I close punctuation, you've got other options down here, like so. All these features you can have a look at. I'm not going to open them all up, but this is what you need to look at probably before you start typing, and then when you start typing you can use this dictate feature. So what you can also do is, obviously there's a few mistakes in this as it's picked up my voice. You can spell check this. You've got spelling next to dictate there. The key command for spelling, as in all Microsoft packages, is the F7 function key, and it's picking that up, and then you can go and correct it if you so wish. It's underlined there. You can right click on that and see that should be one word, and you can fix this manually now, but it's still quicker I think to get it typed in by using dictate. But I'm just going to delete that off right now. Now you can see on this screen behind this little box, remember you don't have to save any of this. This is just being saved as you're doing it. I've got these lines on the screen. So that is, if you go insert, draw, view, under view you've got these features where you can set a grid or a different line style. Just selected grid there, so it allows you to align things a little bit better. So on the insert tab you've got lots of features here. If I click down into the actual body of this page, I can add a table. So just come down into, like you would in Word, you click into the table and then it'll drop that table on the screen for you. If I click out of that one, so basically it does everything inside these boxes which you can move around the screen. So if you don't click on these boxes, or out of these boxes should I say, it's going to put everything in that one box. So I've clicked out of it and I'm going to insert a file attachment. So a file attachment, and then that'll just open up your computer and you can just grab, I'll just grab that Excel outline file. It's just going to come in as an attachment, but it's sitting there, and then I'm going to click out of that box because otherwise whatever I do next will be in that box as well. Now you've got obviously photographs from online, from file, from camera options there to insert, coming across any Office add-ins you might have or hyperlinks. This option would allow you to record voice. If I click on this for a second, there we go, it's come up active now. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 stop, and then if I click on that it should let me play that. Yeah, I can hear it. You might not be able to hear it, but I can hear it. I'll just delete that off. That's that option. You've got symbols, maths, emojis, stickers, all these features. Stickers are just images like this that you can just stick in there. It comes in its own little box. You've got these options to move these things around if you so wish. Now this thing at the end is quite cool. I'll just get rid of stickers. Meeting details. This is going to ask you to log into an account. So today's meetings, I've got no meetings because it's a weekend, but if I did have any meetings, I don't think I have actually. If I go on to the 22nd, I have got no meetings. So this will just show you any upcoming meetings, so you can get rid of that as well. So that's all the stuff on the insert tab. On the draw tab you've got tools that allow you to draw whatever you want to do. Click on a colour and you can just draw whatever you want. View, we've already quickly looked at view. You've got zoom, so you can zoom things up or down. You've got zoom to fit, zoom to 100%. Page colour, authors, version controls. You've got multiple versions and deleted notes, and that's for accessibility options. And then help at the end, and that's normal what you'd expect on help. Now if you want to create another notebook, instead of just having training content which is just all to do with training, you can click on this little arrow and then you've got all your notebooks, and then you can more notebooks if you've got more than that, or add a notebook. So it comes up with this box, and then you can have like marketing details or something, whatever you want the book to be about. You create that and then it becomes part of your list. So opening it up, brand new, ready to go, empty, but the rest of your books are still going to be in this list that you can quickly get back to. So training content's still open, I can get back into that. It just flicks over and shows me my workbook again. Add in the tasks and adding the pages and the sections is exactly the same in a brand new workbook. You saw me do it on this one. So this is a really useful tool. It hasn't got as much functionality as the desktop version of this, which has a lot more functionality. You can do a lot more with it, a lot more features across the top on the ribbon. But within Office 365, it is a superb tool. So hopefully this little video has give you a bit of an insight into what it's all about. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you on the next one.